The allure of instant wealth, the dream of a lifetime, and the ticket to a future of luxury. For many, the lottery is a beacon of hope, a chance to transform their lives overnight. But beyond the allure of jackpots lies a world of rigged games and scandals. Today, we will decode the most audacious crimes in U.S. lottery history and the stories that the headlines never told you. In the vibrant 1980s, when disco was all the rage and neon was the color of choice, there was another trend brewing in the shadows of Pennsylvania. The Pennsylvania lottery, a big hope for many, was about to be tainted by a huge scheme that's going to be remembered for decades to come. Nick Perry, a renowned radio personality, was the trusted face of Pittsburgh's nightly televised lottery drawing on WTAE Channel 4. With his smooth voice and charismatic presence, he held the attention of thousands as they eagerly awaited the announcement of the winning numbers. But behind the scenes, Perry harbored a secret that would soon send shockwaves throughout the state. In collaboration with the Maragos brothers, Peter and Jack, Perry masterminded a plot to manipulate the very essence of chance. Their weapon of choice? Weighted balls. By subtly altering the weight of the balls, they ensured that certain numbers were more likely to be drawn than others. Their target was the number 6. The scheme was strategically planned. The balls representing the number 6 were made slightly heavier, ensuring they would remain at the bottom of the drawing machine, while the lighter balls were drawn out. This manipulation led to the infamous result of the draw on April 24, 1980, where the winning numbers were 666, leading to the scandal named the Triple Six Fix. For a time, the trio reveled in their ill-gotten gains, believing they had outsmarted the system. But as the saying goes, truth always finds its way. Suspicions arose when officials noticed the unlikely combination of winning numbers. Investigations were launched, revealing the depth of the deception. Investigators found anomalies in the weight distribution of the lottery balls. The fallout was swift and severe. The integrity of the Pennsylvania lottery was called into question, and trust in the institution was deeply eroded. Nick Perry, once a beloved figure, became the face of one of the most significant betrayals in lottery history. The Triple Six Fix stands as a powerful testament to the lengths individuals might go to in the pursuit of wealth, and the importance of maintaining transparency and integrity in systems that millions place their trust in. In Massachusetts, a state renowned for its rich history, academic institutions, and sports fervor, a story was unfolding that would leave many in disbelief. It wasn't about a historic event, nor about a groundbreaking discovery at Harvard. It was about a man and his 2 sons, who would soon become the talk of the town for their unprecedented luck in the Massachusetts lottery. The setting was ordinary. A typical Massachusetts neighborhood, where families went about their daily lives, children played in the parks, and the aroma of freshly baked pies wafted through the air. But in one particular household, something extraordinary was happening. The father, a man of average stature with a nondescript appearance, and his 2 sons had spotted a gold mine. Not a literal one, but a metaphorical gold mine that promised riches beyond imagination. Over a span of several years, this family managed to cash in over 13,000 winning lottery tickets. To the average person, winning the lottery even once seems like a distant dream, but for this family, it had become almost a daily routine. Morning coffee, a trip to the store, and another winning lottery ticket to add to the collection. As the wins piled up, so did the money. The total? A staggering $21 million. To put that into perspective, that's enough to buy several mansions in the upscale neighborhoods of Boston, or perhaps fund a small research project at MIT. It was wealth that many could only dream of, and it was all coming from lottery tickets. But as the saying goes, where there's smoke, there's fire. Rumors began to circulate. How could one family be so lucky? Was it sheer coincidence, or was there more to the story? Local media picked up on the tale, and soon investigative journalists were digging deep, trying to decode the truth behind the millions. The community was divided. Some believed it was divine intervention, blessing the family with unparalleled luck. Others whispered about potential foul play, speculating on elaborate schemes and insider connections. The state's lottery commission was under pressure to investigate, to ensure the integrity of the game, and to quell the growing public skepticism. Investigators, initially baffled by the sheer number of wins, started to notice patterns. It wasn't just the frequency of the wins, but the manner in which the tickets were purchased and cashed. Transaction records and witness testimonies began to piece together a puzzle that pointed to a deliberate and calculated operation. The land where cornfields stretch as far as the eye can see, Iowa became the unlikely epicenter of a scandal that would shake the very foundation of the lottery world. It wasn't just any scandal, it was the largest lottery rigging scheme in U.S. history. And like any good story, it had its fair share of twists, turns, and Bigfoot hunters. The Iowa Hot Lotto, a game of chance where dreams of instant wealth beckoned many, was at the center of this intrigue. But behind the scenes, a plot was being hatched that would turn those dreams into a nightmare for the Lottery Commission. Enter Eddie Tipton, a seemingly ordinary man with an extraordinary secret. As the Multi-State Lottery Association's Information Security Director, Eddie had access to the lottery's inner workings. And with a touch of malicious computer code, he found a way to predict the winning numbers. It was a master stroke, a digital sleight of hand that went unnoticed. With this knowledge, a ticket worth a whopping $16.5 million was secured. To the outside world, it was just another lucky win, but behind closed doors, it was the culmination of a properly executed plan. Investigators went deep into the case and found a curious connection: Bigfoot hunters. Yes, you heard that right. In a twist that sounds straight out of a Hollywood movie, a Bigfoot enthusiast was unwittingly roped into the scheme to claim the jackpot without arousing suspicion. Because, let's be honest, who would suspect someone chasing mythical creatures of masterminding a multi-million-dollar fraud? As the pieces of the puzzle began to fit together, the scale of the deception became clear. The very essence of the lottery, its unpredictability, had been compromised. Trust was shattered, and the integrity of the game was called into question. The tale of the Iowa Hot Lotto fraud scandal had it all: ambition, deception, technology, and a touch of the bizarre. While the scandal might have cast a shadow over the lottery world for a time, it also highlighted the importance of vigilance, integrity, and the occasional need to keep an eye out for Bigfoot. In the vast world of lotteries, there was one man who decided to tilt the odds in his favor: Eddie Raymond Tipton, a man that would soon become synonymous with one of the most audacious lottery scams in history. Picture this: the Multi-State Lottery Association, a conglomerate overseeing lotteries across multiple states. At its helm, in the seemingly innocuous role of Information Security Director, was Eddie. With glasses perched on his nose and a demeanor that screamed tech geek, Eddie was the last person you'd suspect of masterminding a grand heist. But as they say, it's always the quiet ones. Now, Eddie had a trick up his sleeve. While most of us struggled to get our printers to work, Eddie was manipulating the very core of the lottery system, the random number generator. It's like rigging the roulette wheel, but with a lot more zeros at stake. With a few lines of malicious code, Eddie ensured that the numbers weren't so random after all. It was genius, really. The perfect crime hidden behind lines of code and computer jargon. But here's where it gets juicy. Eddie didn't just rig a game, he rigged multiple games across various states. It was a multi-million-dollar operation, executed with the precision of a Swiss watch. And for a while, it seemed Eddie was unstoppable. However, every mastermind has an Achilles heel. For Eddie, it was the sheer scale of his operation. You see, winning once is luck. Winning twice is great luck, but winning consistently across states, that's a red flag. As investigators began connecting the dots, the scale of Eddie's deception came to light. The man behind the curtain, the Wizard of Odds, was exposed. The tech guru had become the tech fugitive. In the aftermath, the lottery world was left reeling. Trust was broken. You might rig the system, but you can't rig karma. And as for Eddie, let's just say he won a jackpot of legal troubles. The Powerball jackpot had swelled to one of its most colossal amounts ever in 2013, and across the state, dreams were being spun faster than the lottery balls themselves. Everyone from the baker to the schoolteacher imagined what they'd do with such a windfall. But as fate would have it, the story that unfolded was one that no one saw coming. During the frenzy, a winning ticket emerged. The holder of this golden ticket was about to be catapulted into the orb of the super rich. Media vans camped outside the lottery office waiting to catch a glimpse of the newest millionaire, speculating on who this mysterious winner might be. Would it be a hard-working mom, a college student with loans, or perhaps an elderly couple? When the winner finally stepped into the limelight, it was a moment of pure jubilation. Flashbulbs popped and the air was thick with anticipation. Here was someone whose life was about to change forever, all thanks to a few lucky numbers. But as the saying goes, not everything that glitters is gold. Just when it seemed like this was the perfect rags to riches story, a twist emerged that would have made even M. Night Shyamalan raise an eyebrow. Not long after the confetti had settled and the oversized checks had been posed with, news broke that the Powerball jackpot winner had been arrested. The reasons? Mysteriously undisclosed. The state's newest millionaire was now making headlines for entirely different reasons. The public was in an uproar. Speculations ran wild. Was it a case of newfound wealth leading to reckless behavior, or perhaps a dark past catching up? The rumor mill was in overdrive, with theories. Some whispered about debts, others about disputes, and a few even joked that maybe the winner had been arrested for not sharing the winnings with their lottery pool. As days turned into weeks, the story of the Powerball jackpot arrest became the stuff of legend. It's a stark reminder that while money can buy many things, it can't always buy discretion or a clean slate. In the end, the tale of the 2013 Powerball jackpot was a story of unpredictability, of the highs and lows that life throws our way. This is the story of the Jafar family, who saw not just a dream, but a blueprint. Over the span of a decade, in a tale that seems more fiction than fact, this family orchestrated one of the most audacious lottery scams ever recorded. The setting? The bustling lottery outlets, where hope is sold one ticket at a time. But for the Jafars, it wasn't about hope, it was about strategy. Over 14,000 lottery tickets, each meticulously chosen, each part of a grander scheme. To the untrained eye, they were just avid lottery enthusiasts, but behind this facade, the wheels of a massive scam were turning. Now, let's talk numbers, because the Jafars were all about the numbers. They managed to launder a huge sum of money, over $20 million. But the plot thickens. Not content with just swindling the lottery system, the Jafars decided to tango with the IRS, duping them out of approximately $6 million. It's one thing to play games with luck, but to dance with the tax man? That's audacity on a whole new level. As the money flowed, so did the luxury. Imagine lavish vacations, cars that most only dream of, and parties that would make Gatsby jealous. The Jafars were living the high life, and it seemed like nothing could stop them. But rumors began to circulate. Whispers of the family's too good to be true luck reached the ears of investigators. The investigation that followed was as intricate as the scam itself. Slowly, the elaborate web of deceit the Jafars had woven began to unravel. The sheer scale of their operations was both impressive and alarming. It wasn't just a scam, it was an art form. The deep investigation dug into the Jafars' activities, analyzing transaction records and surveillance footage. Patterns emerged, revealing consistent anomalies in ticket purchases and cash-ins. Forensic experts dissected their financial trails, and technology specialists traced digital footprints, leading to undeniable evidence of the family's manipulation. This wasn't merely a game of chance for the Jafars. It was a meticulously crafted operation, and the authorities were finally catching up. In the end, the tale of the Jafar family lottery scam reminds us that while luck can be tempting, integrity is priceless. In lotteries, there are tales of luck, tales of loss, and then there's the tale of Victor Jonai. A man whose ambition was as vast as the sums he sought to acquire, Victor's story is one of audacity, cunning, and a relentless drive that would lead him down a path few dare to tread. Imagine a bustling city, where dreams are as numerous as the stars and where everyone is in pursuit of their slice of the American dream. In the middle of this, Victor Jonai emerged, not as a dreamer but as a doer. But his methods? Well, let's just say they weren't exactly by the book. Victor's appetite for wealth was insatiable. While most are content with the slow and steady path, Victor was all about the shortcuts. And one of these shortcuts led him straight to the heart of the lottery system. But this wasn't just any scam, this was a masterclass in deception. A scam that would see him amass a shocking $30 million. That's enough to make anyone's eyes water. Now, you might wonder, how does one pull off such a feat? With a mix of charm, wit, and a dash of ruthlessness. Victor's operations were intricate, involving a web of players, each more unsuspecting than the next. The lottery, with its allure of instant riches, was the perfect playground for his machinations. Victor's pride was as tall as the stacks of cash he had accumulated. Whispers began to circulate in the shadows, tales of a man who could fix the unfixable, who could turn any ticket into a golden one. And as these tales grew louder, they caught the attention of those who wear badges and seek justice. The investigation into Victor's operations were nothing short of cinematic. Stakeouts, undercover agents, and a trail of evidence that reads like a thriller novel. Digital forensics teams traced suspicious electronic transactions, while surveillance teams captured incriminating footage of Victor's meetings with accomplices. Informants from within his circle began to cooperate, providing crucial pieces of the puzzle. As the net tightened, a decisive piece of evidence, a tampered lottery ticket with Victor's unmistakable fingerprints, was the final nail in the coffin. And at the center of it all was Victor, the mastermind, the puppeteer who had orchestrated one of the most audacious lottery scams in history, now ensnared by his own web of deceit. For Victor, his meteoric rise was only rivaled by his spectacular fall, a fall that no lottery win could ever cushion. The tales of these lottery scams are not just stories of deceit and betrayal, they're cautionary tales that underscore the timeless truth that shortcuts to success are often mirages, leading us astray. As viewers, we are reminded of the importance of integrity, the dangers of unchecked greed, and the inevitable downfall that awaits those who stray from the path of honesty. In a world where the line between right and wrong can often blur, these stories serve as beacons, guiding us toward the values that truly matter in life.